Hey everyone, doing a new tutorial here again, doing a solo expedition, this time against Libra. Got our regular setup that we normally have, which is the Knight of Miasma plus the two Balancer Relics. We're going to pick a regular Libra expedition and see how we do. Again, this is meant to be sort of a tutorial of how to play solo. This is just a regular depth. It's not a deep of night depth. It's just the standard map, as you can see here. So looking at the map here, taking a look around for some churches, see where those are at, see if we have any townships in here or anything interesting or special. Nothing jumps out, but we'll just start the mission here. You can see the Knight of Miasma or Miasma. Miasma? Do I have asthma? I don't have asthma. I think it's miasma. Taking effect here as soon as we proc Frost on one of these enemies, which takes about 3 hits in this case, because we're right at the beginning. Then we turn invisible, and because of that, we don't get harassed, and we can pretty much take out enemies very easily. It's a early game tactic that works really well. Try and get your levels up early in the game. Also, you notice here I'm just picking up everything that's being dropped. Can go through stuff later and weed out what we don't want. But so here I'm gonna level up to level 2 and then go take out these guys over here to the right. They're usually pretty easy because, again, we proc Frost and we turn invisible. They just kind of wander around. You can take them all out. Just a few whacks, and there we go, another level. That'll typically work. If it doesn't, then over here where I'm going next, these fellows will bring you up to a whatever next level. So taking out these guys, but I'm also consuming these boluses because they help build up your madness resistance, which you're going to need against Libra. In case you're not familiar, Libra is like the big sort of satanic looking goat creature, and he interestingly enough, he's weak to madness, but he also procs madness, builds up madness on you. So any protection against that you can get, then grab it. Talked about this before in the past tutorials. This treasure chest is sometimes here, so I got lucky this time and it's down here. I'm going to pick up this Opaline hard tier, which will give me a little bubble. Can't remember when I actually use it. Again, looting for sort of passives to help me in the long term and the short term. So this doesn't really have a passive that I want, but sometimes you need a blunt. Like when you're the Executor, you tend to pick up dex weapons, which if you ever come up against like a Crystallian, they don't do very well at all. And so every now and on every run, typically I'll try and grab something that does blunt damage, like a hammer or something like that. And that's why I grabbed that big hammer. Down here for the lake boss, we've got a dragon. I'm only level 4, so I'm going to skip that. I think I might go up into that tower, though. I'm thinking about it. I guess I don't. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna just try and rely on my... If I don't get lucky with my drops, I'm gonna try and get my regular weapon up to purple, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna come in and take out this guy and then go loot a little bit. Sometimes you get good stuff up here. I think I do get something here. So there's a treasure chest, and then continuous HP recovery is the passive there. I'll take that lightning pot. accidentally hit that miner on the way down, and he's going to follow me. But you'll see him on the way out. It's pretty funny. So again, the Knight of Miasma kicking in. I guess I'm feeling okay here, confidence-wise. I should have probably jammed my ultimates. Could make this a little less risky. But I do okay and take him out in a few more hits. And that lets us get our Smithing Stone 2, which will turn our weapon to purple. So I'm going to go in here and look 2, and sometimes you can get a Smithing Stone 1 from these drops. Improve rolling attacks, improve jump attacks. Dragon Grease, I decided I'm going to pick that up because it's good against everything. Not just dragons. And there's Smithing Stone 1. Okay, so now I'm set. Attack of 1 wielding 2 armaments. That seems like a pretty good one, so I'm going to take that over attack firepower. Attack increase. There's that miner that I picked on the way down. He jumped all the way down here, but I don't have time for that. So really what I want to do now is I want to go to any merchant so that I can use the anvil and upgrade my weapon to a purple. Or I guess that would be a +3, so it starts out white, you can upgrade it to blue, then you can upgrade it to purple with a Smithing Stone and Smithing Stone 2. And then past that, you can get it to gold if you have the crater, and then if you have, if you're playing Deep of Night, then you can get a red weapon too, and that's kind of the order of the levels that your weapons can get to. In case you didn't know, so it's blue, purple, gold, and then red. I think that's how it goes. I don't think gold is the top. I think red is the top. Anyways, we're not playing Deep of Night, so that doesn't really apply to us here. We don't have the crater, so we don't really have any option to get a gold weapon. So looks like I am going to head over to the merchant here to the side of the castle, but I don't have enough money to buy a regular... Oh no, I have both Smithing Stones. Okay, so I'm probably just going to go to the anvil right away and buff it up. Yep. Now I have a purple main weapon, which is great. I'm going to look in this merchant to see if he has anything that I like. I like that improved item discovery. I obviously don't have enough money for anything here right now, so I'm going to just keep that in mind, what I found there. And actually I'm trying to get 10 grand because that's how much that weapon was that had the improved item discovery. These guys just about get me there, but I need a little bit more, so I'm going to go after this horsey man. And luckily with the purple weapon now, I can make quick work of that. Now I can go back and get that improved item discovery, which I always like in my solo runs because, especially as Executor, that makes the Rivers of Blood pop up as a drop pretty frequently. Now with Libra, I'm looking for, Rivers is good against him, and I've beat him a couple times with Rivers of Blood and using the Corpse Piler skill. But he's also weak to Holy. That's his main, Holy and Madness, I guess, are his main weakness, and Fire, and that's why the Corpse Piler does well on him. And the Rivers of Blood, because it also does fire damage. But later in this run, I get a holy weapon that I decide I'm going to run with, and it actually ends up being a good choice. Now, ironically, I get improved item discovery there on that weapon, and I'm looking to see if I want to double stack that, but I don't. Some of the other benefits I have are just better. Going after this field boss, so this is the Ancestor Spirit, gigantic donkey or something, and it's a good boss because they're pretty weak, and they're easy to take down and pump out a lot of runes. And then, of course, they have the ability to drop a passive that might be pretty good. So you can see I'm using my ult here, and I couldn't get that last hit in, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to play the regular way. Just try to dodge his attacks and then take some hits in. The best thing to do is what I'm doing right here, where you kind of get underneath him near his front legs, but not in front of him, and he kind of gets confused and just turns around in circles. Sometimes he just stands there and you can just take him out. So that's mainly where I'll go with this guy. Looks like I procced a bleed there. I don't think this thing could bleed, but I guess so. And then there's the frost proc. That's pretty good. I'm invisible. He's confused. We've almost got him down to nothing. I think I'm going to have to wait because you don't want to get into that magic puddle that he makes. It's brutal. I guess it's blue fire. I don't know what it is, but it'll take you out quick if you stand in it. So we took him out, and now we're going to see what he dropped. Dragon Scale Blade is a good katana, but I'm going to take the Blood Loss booster and then head over to the circle. I think I'm going to take a look at, or maybe even try to fight the field boss that's up here, because I really haven't been in this area yet. Oh, there's a township. I forgot. Okay, so that's where I'm going. Oh yeah, I didn't level up. I'm at level 5 and I've kept some of my money. So let's see what this guy has. From what I remember, he doesn't really have anything. Improved sorceries. Magic attack follows attacks at land. Skill attack power. HP, improved holy damage negation, improved lightning attack power. Improved item discovery, there's another one. Improved magic. Jump attacks. Power when two-handing. Attacks generate lava. And increased attack power when two-handing. So nothing there's really that good. I'm going to buy this talisman just to increase my stats a little. Get a pouch and get that Wending Grace, and I think that's all we're going to do here. I don't think I'm going to be bold and go try to take out a ruins or a church or anything like that. Just taking another look here to see if I missed anything. Again, nothing really useful. Just kind of a bummer. I mean, getting the township doesn't happen all the time, and this time just kind of wasn't worth it. Oh yeah, so now I'm going over here to see if I can take on this field boss. I think I decided no. Yeah, it's not worth it. It kind of jumps around too much, and it's okay when you're able to kind of move around, but with the ring closing in, it's not a good idea. It takes a while to take him out. Plus I'm level 5. That's not a great place to be in this circumstance. So because this is Libra, in this case I get the spiders and or the spider, and this guy is a nuisance. So what I want to try and do is become invisible by taking out one of these little guys, which I do here. And I'm able to proc the frost. You have to kind of keep hitting after the thing's already dead to proc the frost, especially as you upgrade your weapon. And that allowed me to luckily just get rid of him pretty easily without him really knowing what was happening. And I don't really have a plan for this gigantic spider. And I don't think I do a very good job with it either. It's a little sloppy. Oh, I decided to use my bubble there, my opalite tier, hard tier. As you can see right away I get caught in the webs, which slows me down. But I'm just starting to hack away at the head. I decided to go alt, that gets all those spider webs off of me, that's cool. And then all of those slams at the end of these R1s gets rid of the guys on the ground pretty well. Able to get all 15 hits in, plus the final one, which is great. And that allows me to cut off the head. I need to unlock off of that. But I'm just getting smothered by these little spiders, which is not great. But every now and then I'm getting the invisibility to proc, so that's helping me out a little bit. But I can't dash, I can't roll. Kind of a bummer. So it ends up killing me right there. Thinking like, what am I doing? I gotta get a strategy going here. I guess the strategy is take out as many of the little guys as possible to try and pass time to get rid of the spider web that I'm caught in. And also to rebuild my ultimate. For every one of those little spiders I take out, it adds a little bit. You can see it down there building up faster than it would have just by letting it kind of do it naturally. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try and do now. Oh, got grabbed there. That's not good. But I think it kind of saved me from a stomp or something. Oh, now I've got my Suncatcher out. But I also just got my ultimate back, so I think I'm going to try and use that here in a second. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, use them if you got them, right? Especially on a boss. Oh, and I got a stagger there. That's great, because then all my hits can land. And I broke him out of his attack there. That's great. So just a few more whacks and we got him. Let's see what we got here. So I don't usually take the gradual restoration by flask, but I'm kind of warming up to it. When I first discovered it playing the game, I thought, oh, let's try this, and it really, really made it hard for me because I didn't quite understand the mechanics of it. When you use gradual restoration, you really kind of have to use it and then back off of the boss for a little bit, so that it can get you to a point where your restoration is good enough that if you get hit, you're not going to get one shot. And then once you're past that point, it's really great because it keeps filling up even if the enemy keeps taking your health down. Okay, back to the mission here. I hopped on a hawk because I thought I might have a chariot fire camp there, but I didn't, and that helped me see that, so I'm going for the castle now. Gonna start downstairs. I might drop by the merchant here. Oh yeah, to grab the other. I wanted to grab the other Wending Grace, but I didn't have enough money here. So now my ultimate is not usable, so I'm going to start killing some of these guys to try and restore that. And then luckily I get the Great Shield from the jellyfish, which has Contagious Fury, which buffs you, so buffs your attack power. So I trade that out for my other shield, whatever passive that one And again, I'm just doing a little bit of work here to try and get my ultimate powered back up. There's not enough guys here to get it all the way, but at least I can get it some of the way up. And have a little bit of invisibility while I look in and see what enemy I've got here. It's a it's a Royal Revenant. And that's good. That's a Suncatcher's Delight, I guess you could say. So try and proc the Frost here first. Oh, which I did because I guess I'm invisible. And now I'm on the Suncatcher. This is just standard stuff. You see I've already got him halfway down. He might kill me here. I can't remember. But I'm feeling pretty good because, again, with the Suncatcher, this guy's pretty easy because he takes so many swings at you that you can just stay in front of him and tap deflect over and over again with a little bit of timing, and it'll just charge up your Suncatcher, and it'll also build up staggering on him, so, or guard breaking as it's called. Well, I died there, so I'm a chump. But he's almost dead, so I'm going to go in and doing this again to build up my ultimate. But in this case, I don't think I need it. I think he's far enough down. Going to do the buff there again. Go in with my Suncatcher. And just try and get him the rest of the way down. I guess it's the Cursed Blade. That's what I'm doing. The Suncatcher is the skill from the Cursed Blade. So when he charges up and turns, starts lighting up, and then I do the little sort of super hit on it, that's what Suncatcher is. This right there. That's the Suncatcher. Anyways, able to take him out, and we've got a hammer there, the Envoy's Great Horn. That's a holy weapon, and it's got glint blades, so I decided I'm going to take that and put it in my offhand, so I always have these glint blades. But I didn't realize that, yeah, this weapon is actually pretty hefty and pretty good against Libra, and we'll see that when I finally fight him. I decided I'm going to just use this one as my main weapon. So thinking about taking a gold scarab just to get a little more money and level up a little bit, and then I think I realized, oh, I'm only at level 6 and I can actually level up a little bit. I forgot to pick up my runes from when I died the first time. They're right there, and so now I can level up. I'm actually at level 8, which is good, but I need to get up to fight the main boss. I need to get to level 12, 13, 14. So I gotta hustle. I've been going up into this little area lately just to see. Sometimes good things come out of it. Grab those fire pots. And I think the goal next is going to be to get up to the roof. No, maybe not. Oh yeah, this is a Banished Knights castle, so I'm just gonna fight some of these guys. And of course, the kitty cat. Elder Lion. These guys are also really easy to mess around with when you use your Cursed Blade and deflect. I haven't really used it all game, so I'm a little rusty here. See, I keep getting hit over and over. I used my flask, and you can see the gradual restoration hit. I didn't realize that was going to happen, and saw it as it was happening. I'm like, oh yeah. So now my strategy with flasks is going to be a little different. So we took out one guy, we got another one. They're pretty relentless. I mean, they will attack you one at a time, which is great in solo. But if they're anywhere near you, they're just gonna attack. Luckily, as you can see, it's not too bad. Oh, and the reason that I bring up that they'll attack you one at a time is that when... Look in here, I take the improved affinity attack power. When I fight the Crucible Knights, sometimes in solo they glitch out a little bit and I'll get attacked by multiple ones at once. So I try out a bubble here just to see, and pleasantly surprised how much damage it did. I mean, 3 bubbles and this guy's dead, which is pretty great. I mean, it does use a lot of FP, but we can kind of build towards that. Again, trying to get my level up before the circle closes all the way. So, fighting all these guys in the castle. Try and get some runes. And I believe that the circle is closed in now to its, the first pass, and the next time it closes in, it'll be boss time. Yeah, you can see here. I was going to go to the merchant, but I didn't feel like taking the zone. What I'm going to go do now is go across here and take out the Banished Knight over here to with the cape on. Because I have an ultimate, it's easy just to turn into the dog and R1 him to death. The good thing about it is, as you can see, it takes out the other guys around him, and sometimes the other 2 Banished Knights that are next door. Which is what happened. Serpentine Blade wasn't really that useful to me, so took improved incantations. Again, not very useful to me. Working on this Banished Knight again. Gonna try and get them both, and then there is a Site of Grace nearby where I can go and level up. One thing I'm not doing to these guys, which I should be, is backstabbing. They're relatively easy to backstab if you're just not trying to block everything they're, hitting you with from the front. But it's hard to get behind them when you're using the Curse Blade. It kind of defeats the purpose of the Curse Blade anyways. There we go. Now that I've taken out all these guys, I'm going to go over to the Site of Grace. Buff up, and then I think I'm going to go for another field boss. I don't think I'm going to go to the castle, the top of the castle. That's good, I'm up to level 10 now, although it's okay, it's not great, but it's workable. This run was kind of, I had done this run one more time. Oh yeah, enough for the Wending Grace, that's great. That's great. I had done this run one time before this. I got pretty close to taking out Libra, so this was sort of like, maybe we can do it this time. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not, but getting this far, might as well keep kind of going, just for practice. But I did, there you go, there's a backstab. I did end up getting, killing Libra, so that's good. Oh yeah, I'm using all these guys to try and stay invisible, just to get a leg up on them. Not only the Banished Knight, but everybody here. This guy drops something. Improved guard breaking, improved affinity attack power. Again, taking that because it's kind of the best option out of what was offered. Got another Banished Knight here. See if we can take him out really quick. Because taking out the other Banished Knight didn't give us enough to get a level for the other Knights, I guess I should say. But I got enough for a level now, just in time. The circle's closing in. Gonna go level up here. And I'm not sure what the plan is here. Maybe go for that field boss. Or yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's the Carrion Knight, or aka Loretta. So since I have one night boss left and then the main boss, I gave up the defeating enemies restores HP for a reduced FP cost, because I know I might be using that bubble a couple of times. I want to kind of conserve the FP. So I'm doing pretty good damage here. Decided to try and speed things up a little bit, but you can see one thing I don't like about the horse enemies is when you have a big open space like this, they just back up, and sometimes you're chasing them down and it's worse than, you know, a wolf enemy or something like that. Well, this time I decided it's not worth it, and so I'm running and I'm kind of zigzagging to avoid this. That right there. They always take a cheap shot on your way out if you're running away, and they usually hit, and sometimes it's a couple of them. I've died many times to that. But not that time, so it's good. So now we're just trying to get up to where the final boss is here for night number 2. Don't think there's much else I can or will do here. Oh yeah, I remember. I'm really thinking about going to that tower, that rise right there. But you can see the circle's closing in on it, and I'm like, well, yeah, I don't want to tank the zone to try and get potentially nothing, so let's just stay in the circle and we'll start the fight. So you can see we've got these skeleton enemies, and Holy works really good against these guys. They're weak to it. So I switch over to the hammer and do some running attacks. Boom. Just have to do the final cleanup. But that's pretty good one-shotting these guys. These guys are a little beefy. And especially with those glint blades, they're pulling their weight. Now, I've got a little bit of a problem here after this guy. I have one more enemy that's out there in the zone, in outside the circle. He's had a little bit of an AI glitch and won't come back to me, and so I can't kill him, and so I have to just kind of wait. There he is out there. He's kind of running away, but kind of running towards me, but stuck. So I'm like, oh, maybe I can get him with something. Yeah, he's not that far away I can reach, so maybe I'll try a bubble on him, since I'm out of everything else now. If I had like knives, that'd be perfect, but so I try this ranged weapon, and it kills him, but it's one of those skeleton enemies, so he's not really dead. He'll get back up because I can't do the final blow on him. But if you, yep, there he is, running around again. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll hit him with the bubble again, and then I'll just run out there and hit him and then run back. But then I thought, you know, if you wait long enough, the boss will just come. And there it is, Deathrite Bird. Not too shabby, because I've got this holy weapon, which this thing is weak to. You can see it's taking some big damage off this guy with just regular R1 hits. There was an R2, and I decided to do a bubble, and I look at that damage, and he's halfway down now. So I'm going to try and make it easy and do a ultimate, which is great because it broke his stance immediately on the transformation, and I was able to get a bunch of hits in, take some damage from his stuff, and still be okay until then. I was just standing in that fire, and I think that scream that he did took me down. That's okay, I get one freebie, and that's what we just used, so I hit him with another bubble. Makes it all the way there, and that's all she wrote. So I'm going to take, I think I'm taking a improved affinity damage negation, yeah, so that's better resistance to his madness attacks. And I think I'm like, maybe I can go up and get up to the top of that tower and get something out. But looking at my health bar there, it's really taking it down hard to the point where I die. But I have the right setup for this. I actually have gradual restoration from your flask. So what that means is if I take it before I go into the zone, it'll actually counteract what the zone is doing, to a degree anyways. You can see the little guy is still there. He's finally coming back in the circle and trying to hit me. So I took that flask and look at my health. It's very interesting how it's keeping it up. But then it gets past a certain point and stops working. I'm looking now for the skeleton guy. There he is. Just wanted to take him out for completeness. And there we go. We finally got him. Okay, so now it's boss time. I'm not sure where I'm going. Oh, I was thinking maybe I could hit a few more enemies out there, but changed my mind. So now we're going to go to the final boss. Libra. The big devil goat. Now, so I'm at level 10. Let's see what I get to. I think I get to 12 here. Yeah. Which is okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Luckily, I've got enough money to buy some shards so I can use the bubble, and then one more Wending Grace, and I think that gives me 3. Yeah, 3 Wending Graces, which is great. 2 Starlight Shards, which is great. My weapons, there's not, usually I spend this time looking around to see if there's some other interesting Ash of War or skill that I can use and get rid of anything like that where I don't need improved item discovery anymore. I can just drop that so that it's less confusing if I'm switching weapons around. But yeah, there's not much here I can use. Just taking a look at the details of the Contagious Fury, and I think I'm done. Yeah. Now, oh wait, let's see. Didn't really look at those Ashes of War, so I'm looking at them now, trying to figure out what they do. Not familiar with that one. And yeah, I think I'm all done. There's not much more. There's nothing more I can buy. I'm out of money, and I don't think there's better options for my weapon, except that I put my katana in my offhand, so that if I still want to proc frost or something, bleed or something like that, I can still do it. I'm also going to see what he has to offer to sell, and if he has eventual greatness, I'm going to buy that. Just to give my attack power a little bit more of a boost. And he does have it, so I wish for eventual greatness that will give me a hit at first. You can see it took away some of my health and stamina and FP, and eventually that'll come back. And I'll have an attack buff on top of that. So, trying to proc the frost here right at the beginning. I got it, which is good. So, invisible, but so I tried the bubble there, and that did a lot of work. And honestly, I should have just spammed the bubble, and I probably would have ended this a little quicker. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of still learning the moveset of this boss. I really don't know all of his moves exactly. I know this one you have to go and break 3 of those, and if you don't, then he gets buffed with some sort of holy power or something like that, which he did. But I found that eventually that wears off, and if you stay away from him enough, you can, survive. And, if you run away from him, he'll transport to you or leap through the air to get to you. The hardest thing for me in this fight is those right there, those sort of like fountains that he makes. Let's talk about the little movesets. So there's like the turret. If you go to the right of the turret, they basically spin to the left. Those sort of like symbols on the ground, those will blow up and take you out pretty quickly. About 2 hits and you're dead in my case. What I'm facing right now, I've learned that you need to run away from, and that's sort of those like fireworks things. So those are like little madness explosions. So anytime you see those on the ground, you gotta run, because this is what happens if you don't have high resistance, or even if you do. Basically your madness builds up and it kills you. So luckily the dog is immune to all status effects, which is good in this case, because that attack that he was doing right there, if it would have landed, that's like a straight up madness attack. We'll see it again in a minute. But if I was on the ground, that would have probably taken me out. I'm not exactly sure how you dodge or get away from that one. In fact, it might kill me when it happens again. I know I didn't use all my Wending Graces, but I definitely used some of them. So now I'm trying to do some Cursed Blade action, and I know I'm not going to be able to make break those symbols in time, so I back off a little bit to juice up, get some shards going, so that I can blow some more bubbles. I applied dragon wound grease to my weapon, and yeah, you can see that those bubbles really do a lot of damage. Again, I should have just used those. Now, things are going bad, but I still have a couple of lives left. So yeah, so that's 2 more lives. I guess I can die one more time. So trying to do some Cursed Blade on him since he's doing physical attacks. Got the Suncatcher there. This is the attack I'm talking about. I think that's just straight up madness build up. You can see it got me and killed me. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. So in the future, I'm just going to try and run away, I guess. See, I'm got him almost all the way down. I think I'm out of revives, but pretty close to him being dead. Yeah, Cursed Blade to the rescue. I did that a couple of times, and a couple more times, and it took him out. So it's cool. Not what I would call a stellar run, but not too bad. Getting that Holy Hammer really helped. Although I really didn't know that it would be so effective against him, but I guess that kind of goes to show that if you kind of play towards the weakness of the boss, you're gonna probably do okay. Anyways, that's another solo run done. I've got another one coming out soon, which is the Gaping Jaw. I did one of those and was able to get through it. That one's super sloppy, so I'll put that one up soon. Again, just to kind of show that you don't have to be a good player and you don't have to get super high level. You don't have to get level 15 to take out these bosses. Hey, check this out. He's got an actual eyeball rendered inside of his skull. And a tongue, which I don't know if his mouth opens or not. I guess it does. Anyways, we're at the end here, so hope you have a good one, and best of luck. We'll talk to you later. See you in the next time. Bye.